Happy Sunday morning, everybody, or Sunday evening if you're on the other side of the world. Welcome to Sunday mornings, messages of love from above. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend so far. And I'm just getting my desktop all set up here, and we will get into readings. And if you're new to my channel or new to these free readings, welcome. First of all, we have got a wonderful group of people full of love and wonderful senses of humor. Laughter is such a healing, transformative energy. Joy, is a fear killer. So we enjoy laughing. We enjoy looking at the lighter side of things. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're wondering how the free readings work, all the information's in the description box of the video. Basically, go down in order, first come, first serve in the chat. I do honor donations as an energy exchange and prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, dive deeper in those, and then return back and go through. Um, I do have a couple things that come on a little early just to make sure you're aware of all the free things that I offer. We start off happy Leo moon energy. We're in the moon is in Leo right now, and every Monday I do put out a Moon Day Monday video that talks about the energy of the week of the moon and any other planetary information that Spirit just has stand out to me to share. And so all that information is in that video for this week. Uh, Yesterday, Venus has gone out of its retrograde shadow. So there's some good information in there too around love and how we want to be loved, how we show others that we love them, and what we learned during the retrograde and how we can apply it. Talks a little bit about that. So be sure to check that out. And a new one comes out tomorrow. And then also on Tuesdays, I have a Take 10 with Zen Tuesday where I put out a video that's usually 10 minutes or less. Sometimes Spirit gets a little chatty, and that's okay. It's information, but it's about how to connect to Spirit, how to connect to our higher selves, and I answer questions for my subscribers. This one this week was the good day, and it all talks about how we can look at what we need to have a good day and how we can transform that. So I like that. And then Wednesdays, we have What's Up Wednesdays. And let me put that out here. So it's a pick a card every week. And every other week, I have information on the new moon and full moon because it's every 2 weeks, right? Ish. And we have that and pick a card in regards to that information. Also, in between that, usually, the sun goes into a different sign every month. That's for the 12 zodiac signs. But when it changes, we also have pick a card around that. And there's for the sun babies in that sign, there's a special birthday bonus reading at the end of it, which gives you a forecast of 3 months. I started this back up again here in this last month for Libra. So if you're a Libra sun baby, just check out the pick a card. I think the pick a card playlist, it talks about that in there, and you can just choose that particular one. And then in this one, this is what I've started. This is my first one of doing this. The fourth week, I'm going to be doing a meditation, which is like a pilgrimage meditation where we go through, grounding ourselves, and we go visit and a sacred site on the earth. We're starting off, and then we might even go off to the moon and jump off to other planets and other universes or something too. You never know, but we'll head off in that direction. This one was about the Egyptian pyramids, which was beautiful and amazing. And then there's a pick a card also related to all of that. So be sure to check that out, especially if you have this attraction to pyramids. You probably had a past life that was in Egypt. And so you can see what you can connect with that too. Ooh, I know, fun. And then every month I do have a monthly drawing as well. And this video talks about the winners for September and also the 3 ways that you can get into the 3 drawings for the end of October. And one of those ways does talk about YouTube memberships. And so I'd like to let everyone know, like I have a praying mantis level, also a Zen cricket, and either one of those gets you into the drawing at the end of the month. But the praying mantis level, which is $7.99 a month, after each one of these free readings, I have a special session just for my praying mantis members where we dive deeper because there's just a couple handfuls. I think I'm at 12 members right now. So, and not everyone attends everyone. So you get extra attention. We get dive deeper. We pull oracle cards. And on Thursday nights, we have a Q&A from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time for just praying mantis members where you can ask questions about spirit, about myself. We pull past life readings. We talk about astrology. We do all sorts of stuff. And then also all of those things I just talked about, Moon Day Mondays, Take 10 Tuesdays, the What's Up Wednesday, pick a cards. I record all those a week in advance, and you get advanced access to those as well. So if you want to know about any of that, all that information's down in the description box of the video. And lastly, before we jump into readings, I know that's why I come on early, blah, blah, blah. Um, I have 50% off most of my services. My pre-recorded personal readings, which is where you send me an email, let me know what questions you have for spirit. And then I record the video, upload it to a special place on YouTube that you can only access via the link I send you. And those, like I said, are 50% off. Like the shortest one is 15-minute video, and it's $5 right now. And then like a 30-minute video is like $10, 10 US dollars. And all that information, all the pricing is listed in the description box too, if you're interested in that. And then my Hedges of Peace and Love and my Wish Upon a Star Astro readings are also on sale. All those have links in the description box if you want to go, what the heck are those, right? So that is it. That is what we have right now. So we will get started. So, like I said, I like to just make sure everyone knows everything that is going on and what we have to offer because I do prioritize, like I said, donations. And so I do have some of those. I'm going to start with those. And thank you guys so much. This is what supports me and allows me to offer all of these free things. And so thank you for everyone that is able to make a donation. And if you're not able to, I understand that too. Giving a big thumbs up on the video does help spread the Zen love. It's something that you can do for free. So thank you guys, all of you that have already given that a thumbs up. And then also sharing the videos with others and watching and attending these also helps spread the love. So thank you guys for being here. All right, so let's get started. I am going to be using the Round Tarot Originals. The beautiful cards. So we'll get started here. So we'll start off with Supernova. Hey, Supernova, thank you for your multiple donations here. And we will go to your first one here. And you want to know, what is Spirit's advice for you currently? I'm just going to give that a little love there, so I know I'm doing that one. So appreciate that. So what is Spirit's advice for you right now currently? Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. All right. All right. So let's take a look here and see what we got coming in here. All right. All right. So you start off with the Queen of Wands, and I like this because, the Queen of Wands has a great connection to the spirit world. And the black cat here is the cup side because all the queens are given a portion of cups too, the emotions. So there's a great intuitiveness and connection with spirit and the ability to step forward and move forward. It's important in your journey that we get out of our mind, and when we're like have choices to make and we don't know what choices to make, it means we don't have enough information yet, and we can turn inward and upward and connect here to really find out if what information you need to be able to make a decision. Right alongside them was the Hermit, which is pretty much the same type of energy that they're focusing in on, because the Hermit card is making sure you step away from all the chaos, all the stuff that's going on. The star in the lantern is actually your higher self and the connection to spirit. So they are saying here that on your journey right now, When in doubt, just step away from everything. Try to get into quietness if you need to get out into nature, whatever it is where you can find peace and quiet and settle yourself. And then just, deep breathing and then connect with spirit and just ask them for signs, ask them of your own free will for guidance because they will give it to you. They, are telling you here, they're recognizing with this 6 of Wands that they see what you do, they see the progress, all the stuff that you do that a lot of people don't recognize. You are seen, they see you, they understand, the how it can um be difficult to try to move forward when you feel like you're doing so much and you feel like you're spinning in the mud, but they're like, it's not. The things that you're doing, you're planting seeds, you're doing all this work, you're doing and investing a lot. And though other people can't see it, they do because they're with you all the time. And so they're recognizing that, with this victory and all of this here, and the 7 of Wands too is not having the need to defend yourself. If people are going, "What are you doing with your life?" Blah, 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 and they don't see what you're doing, you don't have to defend it. You don't have to share it with everyone. This is you standing your ground and understanding that people with lower vibrational, when they feel low about themselves and things that they're going through themselves, that they will not understand and they don't need to. This is about you stepping forward on your journey, with all of that there too. And then you also have the 6 of Pentacles and the death and the rebirth. The 6 of Pentacles has to do with the old way of looking at like our worth in relation to the outside world. We talk about the 6 of Pentacles a lot about who we trying to please, this way out of balance, giving and receiving. I know you've been working on that too. And there is some endings and beginnings that happen with this because as you look into who was it that you were trying to please when you were a young lass, you know, uh, that young child, 7 years old and younger, and you're like, I don't need to please you. I'm with that change of stuff, you're like releasing a lot of people, family and friends, old family, old friends that you had this desire of the little inner child in us wanted to please them and get love from them, and we were defining our worth by that. But now we're like, no, I don't need to define my worth by that. I'm becoming the parent, I'm becoming the family, I'm becoming my best friend to my little inner child. And this is what transforms things. So I really like this, for you. It's kind of like a kudos, and an explanation of what is happening and what is unfolding, for you too. So that's what they want you to know right now. It's like the advice is to keep doing what you're doing, but definitely when you're unsure and you're like, "What the heck do I do next?" I'm at a crossroads. Just make sure to step back and connect with them, and they will give you advice. They will give you signs. They will give you clarity, but take it step by step. Don't try to plan everything for the next 10 years. Enjoy the journey moment by moment. And when you get to a decision point, and you're like, I'm not sure which way to go, then stand still until you get confirmation of which way you want to go. Right. So I like it. All right. So that's number one. And then your second question, let me give that a little love there too. Thank you for your second donation. So, oh, I know I ask that a lot, but it's nice to be reminded. And it is, our inner child, like we're just talking about, for all of us, we like to know that we're doing things right, and we enjoy praise and reinforcement and validation because we had so much of that opposite of that growing up, right? Both when as soon as we are told no, 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 and punishment and praise and punishment, we're in this place, right? Our entire life up to when we discover our inner love and expand it, we're still, anything we can do to help our inner child feel good about themselves, we welcome it, and so don't feel bad about that at all, It's, it's a combination until we're totally giving it all this unconditional, eternal love from above, then it doesn't want any of that other outside stuff anymore because it's like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good." If you ever they're showing me like a meme of like a baby that tries ice cream for the first time, they're just like, "Oh my gosh," and that's how our inner child feels when it gets this unconditional love that it gets. It's like, "I don't want any of that," ground pea, the green, that people are like, "Ugh." Um, they're like, "I want ice cream," and that's what happens. So let's take a look here. What emotions and energy do you express through your voice and your music? And of course, it varies depending on the song and on what you're sharing. But there'll be some themes, of course, some big themes that is kind of your norm. Every artist does, there's especially different phases of your life, and you can tell it with people's albums as they go throughout their lives here. Yeah. So we've got here's new passion, new knowledge, higher knowledge, new ideas. So I like this because one of the energies that you share is this new way of thinking about things, and this energy that comes through does allow you to see, because this is connecting to the higher realms, seeing things from a higher perspective, which energizes energy. So, I like this that it starts off with, um, you know, like most songs about our pain and our suffering and what we feel happened to us and all this low low low, but then you raise the vibration and you raise it to go kind of a transformation from this victimhood of life is happening to me to, all right, now I see that how this happened for me and stepping into the power. So it goes from disempowerment to empowerment, and I like that. Yeah, oh my gosh. I just love how spirit communicates with you because it goes from feeling this to this. Exactly. What a picture, you know. 10 of swords is exhaustion, trying to live up to everyone's expectations. The supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the must. All these expectations that equal disappointment and make us feel this way. But then when it transforms it, we see with the 10 of pentacles, the abundance and the fullness of life and how this brings us to this. So I like this story of hope. Um, and I guess that could summarize it, right? The energies and emotions that you give it are hope, and that this is not as good as it gets. That this is even if you're hitting rock bottom, you're about to leap off and leap forward. Yeah. And the Two of Wands, which is all about empowering people, letting them know whatever they focus on is what expands. And it's like you're teaching people through your words and through the music and the emotions, the power that they have, that they're not at the whim of the world, and that there's this power they can take back. And if I'm focusing on, the dark, I get more dark, but when I focus on the light, I get more light. And I feel like that's a big piece of what they're coming in there. So I like that for you, Supernova. Hope, wishing upon a star. It's reminding me of the star card, which is all about the you know the balancing out of things, but it's like it brings hope knowing that there is more than what's happening, and that life is always changing. I feel as something too is, um, you know, if you don't like what's happening in the moment, keep hope, keep faith, because dawn comes. Another reminding, they're showing me Lord of the Rings. I think it was maybe the second one. I forget which one where it is in there, but it's at where they're at this keep and they're about to break through, and the white wizard had said, look to the sun at dawn, and as the sun's rising, he rides over with all of this. I think it's the elfin armies that come in, and it's like da 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 da. Here comes the cavalry, and that's the kind of energy I feel is coming through for that one. All right, so that is it. And then number 3, give that some love there. And you wanna know, what does spirit want you to focus on, or what does spirit want you to do more of? And it's great to understand that spirit doesn't want anything for us, anything more. They look at us as perfect in this moment, and they're like, "You just be here, focus on the moment. What do you want me to do more of? You don't need to do. I don't The spirit doesn't want us to do more of anything, right? They're just like, be in this moment and enjoy this moment. That's what what comes through. And I feel like more you want to know, kind of, we'll rephrase it, but it's important to know that spirit isn't going, well, you're not doing it good enough. They're always looking at us going, oh my gosh, high-fiving us every second. They're just like excited that we're living and experiencing this life, because this lifetime is so lower vibrational compared to everything else we experience in our spiritual form, and all the other forms that we take, that there is this beautiful, beautiful um, appreciation for that we are courageous enough to experience this. And so they're just like, wow, we're here. It's like, woohoo. It's like going to Disneyland. Sometimes need to go on the rides, that you're just like, wow, we're here. And that's the kind of energy that comes through with that. But I feel like what you're wanting to know is just from spirit, hey, for my highest experience, for my highest self-love, what could I focus on to help lower, my fears and raise my love vibration, so I can have the most joyful, abundant, life, right? And that's what we're asking them, is like, you guys see all the choices and all the paths I could take. Which one will bring me this? And that's what we want to know. So that's what we're going to ask. But I feel like they wanted to know, to reinforce that, both for you and reminder for me and for everyone else that's listening. All right, so let's take a look here. What advice do they have about this wonderful, wonderful journey? Okay, so let's see. We have 5 cards here, so we'll go with the middle one here first. Okay, so in the middle, joy and celebration. So this is what we're asking: how can I experience this? What is your advice? What can I focus on and do more of with this? So we've got 2 and 2, and we got 2 cards and 2 cards. So the 2 cards to the left are going to be, what can you focus on more? Yeah, and we've got here the 9 of Pentacles, the independence of your worth in relationship to the outside world. So basically, the self-love and grounding yourself in the knowledge that you in spirit don't need anyone or anything else, that you have this wholeness and this completeness, and you have everything that you need within you. So we do have that here with this focus of grounding your relationship with the spirit world. The 9 again coming up, like we had the Hermit card before, is number 9 in the major arcana. So this is the Hermit's journey of your worth and your abundance with spirit. And so, this is this reminder. What can you do? What can you focus on? Your relationship alone with spirit, and allowing that to be your fullness. The other thing is quest after your power and understanding, um, you know, this energy of whatever you focus on is what grows and expands, right? So you do have this is what you're learning yourself, and what you're going to be teaching others. And so it's about, every moment, what am I focusing on? What am I growing? What am I expanding? And you can focus in on that. So that's perfect. And then what does spirit say you can do more of? I just love it. I mean, you just can't make all this. So you've got, let me just make it so it's so obvious here. So these were the more of, and then here is questing after your self love here with the chalice, the Holy Grail. and nines again. So you got 2 knights and 2 nines. And this one is pursuing your wishes, knowing what your wish is and focusing on it, taking action. There is action, action, action about stepping forward. What can you do more of? Focus your energy on your dreams. But, both of these all come down to this inner journey and looking inward, and then you fill up and it flows to the outside world. So, not looking to the outside world to bring you anything, but to find everything on the inside, fill up, and then you share it and overflow it to the world. And that's the clarity that comes in with that. So I like that for you. So hopefully that helps. And many blessings to you. Supernova, thank you again for your multiple donations. And I appreciate that. All right. And up next, Mia Mia. Hello, hello. Let me just get these refreshed and mixed back up here. And happy Sunday to you, my dear. Let's take a look here. You want to know, will their feelings grow for you and move towards 2024 and him realizing he doesn't want to lose you? All right, let's take a look here. And it's interesting because sometimes spirit will flip the mirror around when I see a question. And the question that came up, and I'll pull cards too, is will your feelings grow for yourself where you realize you don't want to lose yourself? And so you can look at and go, you know, how do you lose yourself, right, in situations? I know with me in my relationships in the beginning, I would shrink and lose myself and disappear. I'd even disappear from my friends and totally focus on the relationship. And my friends were like, "Haven't heard from you in a while. You must have found a relationship." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did. I'm back." After I break up, I'm back, and they're like, "Yeah, we figured. Hi, welcome." But I would lose myself, I'd shrink, and I would dim my light to try to become who I thought other people wanted me to be, either in relationship, work, whatever it was, until I learned, that these are all mirrors showing me the fear I had about, um, if I was myself, what would happen? So that's some good reflection if that so resonates for you, Mia Mia. But let's focus in on F and their growth and what's going on with them. Okay. All right. So interesting here. Let me just verify here. Okay, there is a barrier there. So we do have him here. He's working on with this 10 of swords. They're coming to this point where they're having this change of mindset. This is all of these roles, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, this type of energy that's here. And I just feel like this. Let me just show you here because I feel like with this ending and beginning, they're letting go and of all these expectations and all the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, and they're just like, I can't take it anymore. I can't live up to all these expectations I feel are on me. And that doesn't mean that you're putting it on them. It just means they have it in here from growing up. And so even before they met you, it was all in place, all these expectations from all these people. And I just there's this page of cups here is telling me new love is coming into their life. And we've got this marriage card that comes in here. And it feels here, and because I wanted clarity, I'm like, well, is this with you? Because I didn't feel like it was with you. I feel like they're going to end up, there's going to be this kind of breaking away, and they end up going and finding someone else to marry type of thing. and they gave me the 9 of wands, which is the barrier, this block that's created between you and them, and I feel like this is on purpose, because even though your heart really loves them, really wants them, and all of this, it's, uh it's not meant it's not designed and fated for them to be your sole partner. They definitely were here for you to have this experience with, but there's this freedom, this release that comes in here, and like it says, this mirroring that they wanted to show you how you lose yourself in a relationship, how you lose yourself, and you're gleaning a lot of knowledge and wisdom through this, but I feel like next year it does, and you guys drift away. But because this is what comes after that for you, which is, uh, here's the page of wands. So where they got the page of cups with a new love and off to marry or whatever, you have this new passion that comes in. Someone that gives the fire, gives the attention, and you do find the two of cups, which is like the lover's card. And with the two here and the major arcana two, it's someone who is connected, has this emotional, um, even spiritual connection. Deep, deep, could be Pisces, like it could be a Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio type of energy, but they've got a lot of passion, they got a lot of water, they got a lot of intuition and connection, where it just feels like this is almost like when I get the Six of Cups, because there's like this knowingness, this past life connection, and it feels like you meet someone that you're just like, there's this bond that's beyond this world with them, with that Pisces energy and the moon energy there. So, there is this that comes in there, and I just feel like, you know, you're okay with this because I feel like you're changing and you're realizing and becoming aware of, like, again, you lose yourself and you shrink with them because you're afraid to lose them. But then when you realize, I don't want to live like that all my life and I got to be me. And then you realize how different you really are. And that's why I feel like it's just this, you drift away from each other. I don't feel like it's, like they're having an affair or, they find someone while they're with you. I feel like it's you guys drift away, they find a new love and they get married. And you're like, well, good for them. They're happy. And you bump into this person from a past lifetime that who's designed and fated. You guys have agreed to be soul partners for the rest of this lifetime. And again, it's a connection unlike anything that you've had. Yeah, even in the bottom of the deck, you've got the moon card, which is all about the subconscious and these deep, deep past life connections that you've been lovers in many lifetimes, and you have this bond that you just like, it's like meeting a lifetime love that you never thought you would see again, and but you never knew him in this lifetime. It's all this past lifetime stuff that comes in. So hopefully that resonates for you there. But that's what I feel is coming in for you. So it's like, but when you realize what's coming, it's so thousand times more deep connection and it's equal bond back and forth. You don't feel like you're on hold or that you're being fit in between the important things. They are like, I mean, they, not that they put you on an altar, but they are like, they do put you as like number one important in their life. Well, maybe number two, because number one is our inner child and ourselves, right? You fill up and you overflow, but you're like you're, right there, um, as the most important thing in their outside world is what I want to say. So that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. And I have a couple donations that came in after that over here. Whoa. Didn't mean to open that. All right. So Shay Shay, hey. You're very welcome, Mia Mia. Much love to you. All right, Shay Shay. Here we go. Thank you for your donation. And and then I have Dijona and then Deb is how they came in. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, Shay Shay. All right. So oh, that guy, I tell you. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do not deserve wishy-washy for sure. So let's take a look here. So we'll do a love reading for the week. Okay, great. Let's take a look here. You can kick rocks. Absolutely. Let me refresh these cards. You're so funny. And everyone is a mirror for us. So when we're like, I think they're wishy-washy, where am I being wishy-washy with myself, right? So let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about love, love, love? Nope, none of those. I know. I tell you what a freedom that is when we realize that, everyone is like, um, a mirror for us and, the amazing things we see in people, but also, of course, uh, anything that's irritating. It's like, oh, it irritates me because I recognize something on how I treat myself, in that way. And it's like, oh, okay, well, thank you for being the mirror. I don't need it anymore. You can go now. But you do have the moon card coming in here. So some deep emotion, some deep regarding love bubbling to the surface here. And we just had the moon here representing past life connection. So I do feel like someone is coming in for you. Um, I don't feel like that's this week necessarily, but like you said, the month of October, it feels like they come into your orbit within October. And I feel like there's connection, but and there's this draw, but I feel like it grows weekly after that. But I feel like you're both taking it slow. But you have this deep connection, but I just feel like you both are tired of all the heartache and the heartbreak and all that type of stuff. Yeah, I see here. Let me just show you here. Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna start this way and work our way around. Your spooky partner. That's funny. Says here's the peace of mind, the slowing down, the resting, and the focusing on self-love, right? Turning inward, filling up and overflowing. And I feel like it's a great time for both of you. It's like this, not that you guys go into hibernation, but you definitely go into slow-mo with all of this too, because the next card that came in was, you've got the choices to be made here, and this is the cycle, right? We're like, I want to go a new direction, and then we have disappointment and heartbreak, and it's like, I'm tired of going that direction. I want to go a new direction. And so, there's this switching up, and I like this because that's that slowness, right? The Three of Swords, it scares you. Well, that's just expectations equal disappointment. Um, the Three of Swords is a great awareness that comes in too, because we learn that our hearts never truly break. We're taught that we want to pretend when we come here to this planet, what might it feel like if we believed our heart could be broken? And we're like, "But the pain, that's real, I feel it." It's like, "Yeah, but that's not our heart breaking." What it is our body going into fight or flight mode. It's like if someone scares you, "Bah," and you're like, and you feel that, in your heart, it's your body getting ready to defend, and then it realized it's safe. It was just your brother playing a joke on you, and you're like, "Oh, okay." And then it calms down. and then that heartache feeling, that pain, the goes away as we calm down. But when we experience emotional monsters and we're like, "Oh no, they don't love me," or, "They cheat on me, they don't choose me," all these fears, "They'll leave me. What does this mean about me? I'm rejected. I'm not gonna find love again. What are people gonna think?" You know? Um, but the emotional monsters, we signed up for them. We're like, "All right, I need emotional monsters here, here, and here, and here in my life." We did coming down here to experience all these lower vibrational emotions and what might it feel like. This is the ride. These are the rides. This is a giant amusement park full of fear rides. We come here on purpose. We didn't you were drunk. I hear that so much. It's funny. We didn't stumble into this place by accident. It's on purpose that we came here, but we also came here to wake up at some point and realize that I can choose. Each moment is either of fear or of unconditional love, and I can experience whatever I want to feel. I'm not stuck in experiencing this, and that kind of lightens it up where I don't feel trapped in feeling a certain way. And when we've had enough of feeling a certain way, then we don't have to. But heartache, just to go back to that, there's when we have that pain and that fear of I'm not gonna find love again, and I'm gonna get rejected. What are people gonna think? No, no, no. There's this prick in our heart, and it would normally stop, but our mind keeps looping it, and that's why we feel heartache, because we keep on nursing it and rehearsing it and having this fear until we question it and look at it and release ourselves from it. And then I'm like, "Oh, that won't trigger that in my heart anymore." Because, just to kind of reinforce the point, when you're busy doing something else, you forget that you're heartbroken, right? Um, when you go to sleep, your heart doesn't ache. When you are busy at work and distracted, or you're watching a TV show and you're like, "Oh," and until you see a love scene and you're like, "Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be heartbroken. Love, right?" And then here comes the heartbreak again, and our heart feels like, "Ugh." But it's like, oh, so when we look at the fear of why am I fearing? Well, I'm thinking that I won't find love again. Let's just take that one because that's a common one, right? "Oh, I'm not gonna find love again, and I'm gonna be alone and die alone in you know, outs the outskirts of town in the woods, and wolves are gonna eat me." It's like, "What?" It's like, well, that's when we the fears that are below the surface seem so dark and believable until we talk about them, and then they sound silly. It's like, "No." And then through life experience too, as we go, you know, it's like the first one that like who was it that saying the first cut is the deepest, right? Oh, the heartache. I'm never gonna find love again because we see it in the movies all the time, right? Or in life. People are afraid of not finding love again. And then we find love again. We're like, "Yay, I found love again." And then it doesn't work out. We're like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna find love again." And then we find love again and we're like, "Yay!" And then that doesn't work out well, and we're like, "Oh, no, I'm never gonna find love again." And then by the 4th time, it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna find love again, ain't I?" We start to change and realize, and the fear changes from, "I'm not gonna find love again," to, that I will find love again. "Ah," So, yeah, right? But we learn through all this, and we came here on purpose, and it's all for us. Eventually we figure that out. And that's what's happening here. And this is where you're at with this. We're learning that, okay, how many times have I rode that roller coaster, right? The cycle. And it's like, all right, I'm ready. And this is you choosing to go a different way. And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to take this time, like you said, little hermit mode. I want things to unfold, you know, and you got the death and the rebirth. So this transformation that's coming in here, and we like this. Here is this. You do have this new passion and you do have the 9 of cups. And I feel like with this 9, with that hermit, that's the hermit's number, as you're finding that self-love, that we talked about in the beginning here, this is what you find in this hermit mode, and that allows you to fill up and overflow. And as you meet this person, as it develops over time, I like it because it feels like you guys become friends first, and then you become best friends, and then you become best friends sleeping over. And it evolves that way, and then the passion comes in, right? And I like this because it they're going through the same type of, it's like a parallel, you know, life that you guys have been living, but you have this connection that you're like just drawn to each other, and it feels like you're meeting you're meeting you're so funny. You're meeting you're like you're bumping into a best friend that you've had for many lifetimes, and you've been more than been best friends in past lifetimes, but it feels like you're like, oh my gosh, hey, and you guys crack up and you laugh, and it's like you don't even have to, you know explain things. You know how, like, you say something, people are like, what, and you're like, well, because of da 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 da, like in that movie or whatever, and they're like, what? But this person's like, they'll come back with another line from that same movie, and you're like, what? You did it? And they're like, yeah, of course, blah blah blah. And it's like, you like the same movies, you like the same food. There's just this best friend type of feel to it, and because you're both on this journey and have come out of these relationships, you're just like, I just want someone to hang around with, and you're like, me too, and they're like, well, let's just do that, and it's like, cool. So I do feel like you meet them sometime in October, maybe at a Halloween party, you never know, but it's like they come into your orbit, and you're just like, you're cool, and they're like, I think you're cool too, and you're like, hey, you want to just get some coffee? And then, it's like you both have the boundary up of like, I'm not looking for anything right now. I'm just getting rid of all this crap out of my life. And, I'm focusing on letting go of these emotions and friendships and all this stuff. But you're cool. I'd like just to hang out. And they're like, yeah, me too. That's exactly what I want. You're like, great. So, no expectations. Let's just, enjoy what unfolds. And they're like, yeah, that sounds great, and that's what I feel for you. So I like this, Shay Shay. So yeah, definitely, I'm excited for this unfolding here. But I feel like they come into your orbit in October based on current energy. So the big thing is focusing on your self love. That's like, well, what do I do right now? It's like focus on self-love. Inward and upward, the hermit's journey, communicating with spirit, and doing those things, letting go of the mindsets, the limiting mindsets, the old expectations, those things, and then also the uh old emotions, relationships. It's clearing it out, right? You'll be back when you snag a victim. So, no, no victims, no victims. Yeah, so self-love, I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it, Shay Shay. So definitely, enjoy this beautiful adventure that's unfolding moment by moment, right? So I like it, I like it, I like it. And, again, thank you so much for your donation. That's what they have for you right now, and I'm excited for part 2 when you come back to tell us. You're very welcome. Much love to you, my friend. All right. And then up next, we have Dijona, and then Deb, and then Nanya. You'll be up after that. All right. And let's take a look here in Dijona. So you want to know, what um, does your boss think of you, right? Oh, this is for the love reading. Okay. So I will do your what your boss thinks of you when I go through the free readings. So I see here on your donation, you want to know about love, love, love. So let's take a look here. What? All right. What are these all about? Okay. I know you're like, yay, we love the Seven of Pentacles sometimes, but this is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And there is this kind of slow unfolding process that's coming through with this here. And that's okay. We know when things slow down and we feel like we're watching the grass grow, that there's a reason for it. It's giving us time to raise our love vibration so that we don't keep doing the old things we would have done, the lower vibrational things, and getting lower vibrational experiences and relationships and people. We're like, you know what? How many times have I rode that roller coaster? And you're like, I'm ready for something different. And I do see that here because you do have the moon card, which is deep diving into your subconscious and your unconscious and your emotions, and really, doing this deep diving because you got the two major arcana here. With the combination here is really what's telling me that is what you're doing because the Saturn energy, the Capricorn energy here, and what we have, yeah, and the Five of Cups, which is looking at these old emotions that the old pain, the old suffering, the lower vibrational emotions, right? And you're learning here with the Two of Cups behind here through here, you're choosing to transform these things and choosing to look at things differently. Saturn return or Saturn energy has us really look at our old thoughts, our old beliefs, our own mindsets, all the stuff that we've been taught all our life of the supposed to, should, need to, have to, must that we talk about, right? And there is this freedom that comes from this because as you're looking at things and as things get rattled and shaken, you remove things. It's like, if you ever have like um you have like plants and certain leaves die and you snip them off so that energy is not given to the dying branches, but all the energy goes into the branches that are alive and that are going to bear fruit. And that's kind of what they're showing me in my head here with the combination of these four cards here, because there is this cutting away of things that don't serve you and beliefs that don't serve you, limiting beliefs, old emotions and experiences where when someone did something or didn't do something, said something or didn't say something, how we use that to define us. And you're looking at it now going, well, no, that was about them, not about me. Because you've been learning all of this, that, has come in here. And I like this. There's this beautiful um, just awareness that comes in with that, right? So I like this, freedom that's coming with this because it is this fruitfulness that comes in because of the purging of those things and these great ahas that you've been learning this year. You're applying and you're going, oh yeah, that's right. This thing I don't need anymore. So chop, chop, chop. This thing, chop, chop, chop. Type of energy. And with all of that too, with the Two of Wands, you're also, of course, you've been learning about whatever you focus on is what grows and expands in your life. And here comes in this wonderful, wonderful, power. I hold the world, my world in my hands. So what do I want to grow? And it's that awareness. Oh yeah, when I focus on what I feel is missing, I'm telling the universe I wanna miss it more, like, if I feel like I'm missing love in my life, they're like, "Oh, so you wanna miss love more in your life?" Yeah. That's what we're telling them when we're focusing on it, right? When we focus on gratitude for the love we have in our life, for the love we've had in our life in the past, and we have that energy change, that's what draws things differently here. But I feel like this is a big time of purging and pruning things out of your life to prepare for a love that you deserve, a love that you truly, your heart is wanting for the future. So I don't feel like I feel like it's a slowing time. And as we say, as we raise our love vibration, that speeds things up because the slowness is giving us time to work on our heart. So that's what they have for you. So thank you again, Dijona, for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then Deb, thank you for your donation. And I think I saw your question up here, so I'll scroll up here. And then Nunya, you will be up next. There we go. Love and light to you, Deb. Need like a general reading? Absolutely. From Spirit. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. Let's see what Spirit has. All right. So you got 2, 3, and 1. That's always interesting here. Let me see. I'm just sorry. I just need to send a quick message here. And we will see what Spirit has here for you. All right. So sorry. I normally don't do this, but the package was delivered. I just want to make sure it's not out there. All right. Boom, boom, boom. So let's take a look here, Deb. All right. We got some great transformation happening here. And I like this here for you. Wow. You got all these twos. So, we've got here, starting off on the far right here, is where we've got um, the first two that comes in here. And we've got this wonderful, two of swords, which is the closing your eyes and open your heart. It's like your mind is wanting and providing information on one side, and your on the other, your heart has things to say and it wants to be expressed. So there is this power of choice that's coming in with everything that's happening here, because you've got the two, which is, you get to choose what story you apply to any situation. So this is like a reminder of that you are the one that gets to decide what something means in your life. And then, the Two of Pentacles, which is cycles and balance of the outside world. But again, all of these twos, this is you get to choose what action you want to take in the outside world. There's no right or no wrong there. And then also you get a third two, which is emotional choice, which is you get to choose what emotion you want to feel in each moment too. And there's this great freedom that's coming in with a combination of all three of these together. It's almost like the chariot card being broken out into, these different the different areas of our life. The only one that isn't here is the two of wands, um, which, is about where we put our intentions in each moment, right? But there's this reminder of this freedom, because we've got below all of this, we've got um, the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. With the Nine of Swords is basically, the Three of Swords times three, which is our nightmare and insomnia card, which the ending of these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that no longer serve us. And I like all this because at the core of it, so I'll try to do this, try not to flip everyone off. Here, we'll do it this way. Um, the Five of Pentacles are these old feelings of abandonment, old feelings of being left behind, being left out in the cold, and feelings of lack. And those all come from when we were younger, usually 7 years old and younger. And so there's this movement, this shaking, this release of these things. And even though consciously we're trying to make all these decisions, it could be feeling like there might be a barrier that's keeping things from you. And that's just our inner child that has these beliefs, the outdated beliefs with this huge giving and receiving that's out of balance, because it learns when it feels abandoned when we're young, right? That it learns that I have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back, right? and it doesn't know any better. It just takes that into, all right, that must be the way it is. It seems fair to me, which we don't know any better. So it sinks down and that rules a lot of our life, and it's on autopilot. It's running down here, and I know you've done, a lot of shadow work. I definitely feel that. Um, but there's this belief down there that just feels like, okay, what's this force field? But it's our little like our little inner child. I usually look at them as a 2-year-old, and they're the ones that are keeping the little hatch marks. And until we reach 1,000, it doesn't allow these force fields. It's in charge of the force field control panel. And we're like, who put you in charge? It's like, well, they were stuffed down into our subconscious by our mental child when it started to develop at 7. It's like, you can't be out here expressing your emotions. We're going to get rejected. So I'm putting you in the cellar. And so our inner child was pushed down into our subconscious, and it rules there now. It's like, dun, da, da, da. So I actually have a video series called Take 10 with Zen. And episodes 4 and 5 talk about our energy and about the Six of Pentacles, which comes after this. So if you're interested in like some tools on how we can transform that out of balanceness, you can check that out, because they do talk in there about, identifying, bringing that subconscious belief into our consciousness and doing some exchanging and movement of things so that we can balance it out where it's 1 to 1 instead of 1 to 1,000 in love coins, abundance, whatever it is. There's this freedom that comes in because we can get it down to 1 to 1, and then the inner child celebrates and cracks the chalk and breaks the chalkboard, and all those force fields drop, and then all this abundance starts flowing in into our lives here. So I feel like, there's this power of choice and this empowerment that's coming back in very great ways. Like I said, I feel like you have a lot of understanding of your power of choice and your shadow work and a lot of these things. I feel like this is just the um, one little pebble that we just move, and it just clears this clog out of a pipeline of both unconditional love and abundance and so much. And it's like you're ready for an upgrade. You're ready for a change. You're ready for this transformation. Yeah. you've been you're like, yeah, this has been transforming for a long time. You're ready. You've put enough patience into it all. So now you're ready for this to put a lot of action in this and have this movement. So I like this for you, Deb. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So you've got the 4 of Pentacles. There's this feeling of home and stability that comes through all of this here. And I like it. It's like your inner child feels like they have found home in your heart with through this experience here. So I like this for you, Deb. So hopefully that helps. And yeah, be sure to check that out. The playlist, the Take 10 with Zen, is in the description box of the video down below. But you can also, if you go to my main page, it's at the very top in the playlist there too. If you want to check them out, they're all free, of course, and they're like 10 minutes or less. Those 2 videos, so easy breezy. Oh wow! Wow! Congratulations! Very nice. You're like, whoa! Congratulations, and I'm sorry. What is it? The Course in Miracles says relationships are designed to teach us unconditional love and patience. 16 starting again. Yay! Well, I'm very happy for you. You enjoy that. That is perfect. Yeah, definitely. Look at you. Here's the restart. Literally coming out here, the world card, ending of old cycles and beginning of a new adventure. So boom, boom. I like it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words too. I appreciate that. Woot woot celebration. Uh, yeah, sending you warm, greetings for your adventure. Beautiful. All right. Thank you again, Deb, for your donation and enjoy enjoy this adventure. I'm excited for you. I can't imagine. All right. So we've done those. All right, Nunya, you are up next, and then Infinity is one. You'll be up after that. All right. So Nunya, let me give this a little love here. So your first question here, you've got how does Angela the Capricorn, oh, a dog named Halo. Oh, I love that. How do they feel and think about you right now? Okay, very good. Let's take a look here and see what is going on there, and then we'll look at your second question. All right. Whoa. All right. Well, cards are wanting to talk. Boom, boom, boom. So, how do they feel and think about you right now? All right. Well, we definitely have positive energy here. Well, I mean, the page of wands here is they're attracted to you physically and energetically here. So there is this, excuse me, draw to you here. They've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is about this energy I feel for them is there is this spinning of their world that's happening. They do have endings and beginnings. So when you're talking about breakups and stuff, I do feel like there's this ending and stuff. And there was more cards that came out, so I'll take a look in for that question. But it does feel like they've got this major rolling of their life. Things are wheels of fate are a turning, and it feels like here that because the Wheel of Fortune, we're talking about you too, that this is, that everything does unfold for us. Sometimes our human is like, how is that for me? But when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, it's the tune of for you. And even your human agrees that what's unfolding is happening for you. So, very positive cards coming in here about their feelings and thinking about you right now. Just trust that the wheels will turn in their own timing, though. And I feel like there's kind of just trust things unfolding. So we'll take a look at that here. And let's see what's unfolding. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely, it feels like they did break up because we've got they went from that to this, the feeling all this joy and da 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 to feeling abandoned and left behind and out in the cold. So there is this, the 10, this is the 5 of pentacles. It was cut in half, and it's like they've gone their separate ways, and they've not I'm not, laughing at them. I'm laughing at how they're showing me this card is, they've both left and they're wounded because 'cause they're both raggedy and barefoot, and he's got a hurt foot and hurt head, and they're like there is this, feeling of abandonment that has happened there. But I definitely see the new beginning that's coming in here for them here, because we've got the 0, the 1, and the 3, which the 0, of course, is the full card, which is new adventures, free of a lot of expectations, free of all this restrictions. And it follows the world card, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventure. And then it goes into the 1, which is the new beginning, the energy that's coming forward, and the Empress, which is new birth, new harvest, sensuality, everything coming in. So, with those two cards being the ending with the 10 and, that abandonment stuff here, we definitely see here that there is this, definitely there's this, you know, ending and of that relationship. And it just definitely feels like uh the with the full card coming in here, especially just the it felt um like their relationship that they had was so, I don't want to say controlled, but there was a lot of control issues going on with them there. Someone demanding that they be a certain way, which is all of us really at our core. Our human has a long list of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's that, come in with all of that. And, we've got this, you know, feeling of suppression, this feeling of dimming, lessening their light to the point that they just both couldn't take it anymore. And that's why, they're just like, "Ugh, it sucks the life out of a relationship when we have this long list of supposed to be and everything. And then there's this, clearing of things. It's like freedom. It's like a puppy being kept in its dog kennel all day long. And it's like, I just need to get out of here. And you open it up and it's like, woohoo. And it's psh, takes off and it runs into the field and it's excited to be free. And that's what is coming in there with that there. So that's what's coming in there, with it. So hopefully that makes, sense and resonates there, but that's what I feel, has happened in their dog halo. Oh, boo doo boo doo boo. All right. So thank you for your first donation there, and then we'll jump to your second question here. Let me give that some love. All right. And let's see here. So you said, how does your crush Sheldon feel and think about you right now? You want to ask her out, and you have the same birthday. All right. Well, happy belated birthday. you're well, you're still a couple months away from getting your half birthday here. So how do they feel and think about you right now? And you want to ask her out. All right. So we'll see if spirit is gives you a thumbs up of success on asking them out right now with current energies, um or if they're like waving you off. Whoa, cards flying everywhere. Let me just shuffle these. All right, so we'll ask that question next. Here is what I feel. So how do they feel about you? Let's look at this here. Oh wow, okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, well, you know pretty clear message here. Three of Pentacles, they do see you, their viewpoint and how they think about you is someone who is very true to your authentic self, that you don't, it's not like you're rude, but you're unapologetically yourself, but you're not, um at least anymore, the rebel you in the beginning, right? You had to fight, fight, fight. And so you maybe in your earlier years, with you being so true to your authentic self, you might have, flipped off people to their face and going, screw you, I'm gonna be me. Now you're just more like, I'm me, can take me or leave me and I'm okay. There's not aggressiveness around it. I feel like you had to be aggressive when you were younger though. I feel like you had like a really restrictive childhood, possibly. It just feels like you had to bust out, and to bust out you had to just go from one extreme to the other, and then you've balanced out over time. But they do love this rebel, I'm true to be my authentic self. They like that because they want to be that for themselves too. um, and I feel like they are to an extent, but they love how you are really true to your authentic self, is what I'm feeling here. There also is this great past life connection that comes in here too. We've got this wonderful, wonderful energy here. And we've got the Six of Cups, which talks about this. I got a lot of Six of Cups lately too, and there is this beautiful, realization, this beautiful connections that we are realizing, because like we're having more access to our subconscious where all the Akashic records are stored, and so we're getting all these triggers of past life connections, and this one just adds on to it because you do feel this draw, and they feel this draw to you, like I've known you for a long time, even though we may not have known each other for a long time in this lifetime. you just feel like it just goes and goes and goes, and this crush feeling you have on them has a lot to do with that, that you have this strong, almost unexplainable, until we just explained it, connection with them, right? And, so I like that. I like this for you here. Also, they've got this joy and celebration type of energy here. Balanced passion, so I feel like they are attracted to you like you are attracted to them, with that card there. That can be the marriage card, but I don't feel like that we're to that place yet here, that's coming in there. And then we've got this here, the judgment card, which is the higher self drawing your human self to this higher place. So, especially with the combination of these two, it just feels ethereal, the combination that that you guys have here. And it just feels like the connection goes beyond the physical world. Is just what I feel with all those. And then, of course, we got the lovers card. So save the best for last in that one here. There is this important, if it's not romantic, it definitely is like you are an important, you know, um, relationship in their life. So they do feel this draw, they do feel the importance of this and this pull towards you too. So we'll take a look here. Is now the time though to act, to ask them out? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, I'm thinking that is a yes. Let me just get some more clarity here. Yeah. Because the first card that came in is the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is action, action, action. So this would be yes. To step forward. I even feel like it's like, hey, I didn't take you out for your birthday, but if you didn't, and say, I'm gonna take you out for your birthday. And like, don't we have the same birthday? And you're like, yeah, but I was busy celebrating my birthday and I want to take you out for your birthday. I like it. The Empress, not the Empress, the Three of Wands here, which I guess they're bringing the Empress in here, is this movement, is this, movement forward, but it's doing it in a different way. Like you had certain plans to do something a certain way, but bringing in this Five of Cups, this is the emotional choice card in realizing do what you like. The combination here is like, all right, well, if I'm going to ask them out, I'm going to go take them to this because I think they'll like this. And I feel like this change of how you're going to ask them out and where you're going to ask them out to and all of that. Oh, that's funny. I just realized we've got the five. This is eight. This is five, and three is eight. So it's actually the V and the three that's coming in there. But it's like whatever you were planning to do, um, just um, oh, you only met last week, yeah. So I like this. I like this there. But so whatever you thought was like, well, this is what I'm gonna do something different. You know, it's like don't do the same old, same old. Look at things from a higher perspective. And I almost feel like how you have a draw somewhere, like a particular restaurant or doing a particular thing. But definitely, I feel don't do the normal thing, do things different. Is really what is coming in a lot with that combination of all those cards. So I like that for you. Do something completely different. Do something um, unique and abnormal, right? So I like it. I like it. So that's a thumbs up for moving forward for that. All right. So hopefully that is helpful, and thank you again. Let us know. So that's what they have. So again, thank you so much. All right. So infinity is one. All right. That must be a super sticker. Thank you for your super sticker. It's not letting me give it love like the others, but I do definitely appreciate your donation, Infinity. And let's take a look here. You want to know, what does Leo want from your connection? Well, what do Leos want? Wah, wah, wah. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here and see what comes in here. Hey, Infinity. All right. You're welcome, Nunya. So, what does this Leo want for you? From you? I knew it. We'll look at more here. But I just put this back in and it came flying back out. Passion. That's what Leos like. They're that fire. They like that. They like that attention. Yeah, they do like that attention. Empress. They love the nurturing. They love the sensuality. They also love the freedom. Lions don't like to be caged. They like the freedom to be themselves. And even though they might, definitely, stay, you know, with, a lioness, that they will, but they don't want to be restricted, right? They like the freedom. That's the Empress. She runs naked through the forest, uh, uh, because the what comes after that is the Emperor and the Hierophant. The Emperor can represent the rules of society, and the Hierophant can represent rules of spirituality, where the Empress is freedom out in nature. There's nature's laws, but no these other human laws. And so there's this passion freedom that they want here. Um, they do have this going on with them too here. The High Priestess is about stepping back, connecting and having their alone time and stepping away from things. So I feel like they like their alone time. They want action, they want passion, they want this kind of birthing, and they do want continued communication with this Page of Swords coming in here too. But I feel like they don't want a lot of expectations. It feels like it just sucks the life out of their fire, and so without oxygen, they dim and they go out, right? Even though they're ruled by the sun, they're like they need to burn bright, and a lot of times they are, this is who I am. If you can't handle it, there you go. That's kind of lower vibrational Leo energy. And Leos can be such great leaders and amazing things too. And you're going to get all these different high, depending on what's going on with them and what's happening in the moment and whatever part of the life that it's happening. You're going to see these, um, fluctuations of the higher expression of their Leo energy and the lower expression. But I feel like that is what is coming in here with right now. So it's pretty like non-committal. I wouldn't say non-committal because it's not like they're like, oh, I hate commitment. They just want to enjoy this freedom, enjoy this you know uh, adventure. It's a lot like the full card kind of energy, where they like the adventure, they want to go on an adventure with you, but they don't want the adventure to be micromanaged and have like, what is it called? Not an agenda, but when you go on vacation, there's the little, the list of everything, and this is where we're gonna do everything, and all that. There's more of this free feeling that comes with it. So if that's cool with you, then you're like, woohoo, enjoy that Leo, because they're usually pretty attractive too. And if you're looking for some passion, looking for some adventure without a lot of, intention and commitment and, boxing in of it, if you're like, hey, I'm just willing to go with the flow and see what happens, then they're for you. Otherwise, you're like, go back into the Serengeti. All right. You were very welcome, Infinity. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Enjoy, enjoy. All right. And then Czar, you are up next. And then Sukanya. Thank you guys so much for your donation. So, um, I'm not Czar. Patty. I was the czar is the currency. I know. Maybe I need some more coffee. Let me just take a sip here. I haven't drank in a little bit. Okay. So, Patty, good to see you. I want to know, how is the relationship with your father towards your brother versus you? Okay, sure. Let's take a look here and see what's going on here. So, we'll pull cards here first for the relationship of your father towards your brother. Oh, wow. Okay, that's kind of packed, isn't it? And then um, the relationship of your father towards you. All right. Well, that's funny. It's almost like reversed. How many? Is there five here too? Yeah. Oh my gosh. So it's interesting because I got two cards and five for your brother, and five cards and two cards for you. So it's like um, mirrored but reversed, which is interesting. We'll see what all this means here. So with your father, when with your brother and your father here, okay. All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's better with you than than with him. Yeah. So with your dad and your brother, their relationship has this, it's like it's been this long, long, long journey. This is patience card, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. It's just taken a long time. And I feel like whatever they've been working on with the love between them, it's really been, almost feeling empty, feeling like there's this, you know, um, just dissatisfaction, not a lot of emotion. And I feel like there is this, it's happening on purpose though. This slowness is giving them time to find their own self-love. Because if they can't find their self-love, they can't give love to each other, right? And I feel like your brother hasn't found their self-love, so they can't, there's only so much that can happen between them, because if they're, I can't love others more than to the extent I love myself, or receive love from others more than to the extent I love myself. So I feel like your brother still has kind of a low self-love for themselves. And so no matter how much their dad wants to give them love, they can't receive it. And no matter how much love they want to give their dad, it can't get outside of them, if that makes sense, with that. Because I mean, we've got all this stuff here. We've got a lot of feelings of deceit and being cheated out of things. We do have the family. The 3 of Cups for me reminds of the tribe, but I feel like they, um, for the sake of the family, they kind of just hide their true feelings, I feel like. But I like that they are working on here. Whoops. There we go. I do like here that your brother is working on their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. It's trying to see things from a higher perspective, and using that Ace of Swords to cut away these feelings of being deceived and being cheated out of things, in there. Because we've got the transformation, a lot of emotional confusion between them, and it feels like a lot of conflicting energy between them too. So I feel like even if it feels like on the surface that things are great between them, um, I feel like they do that for the sake of the family, but they've got a lot of inner conflict that goes on here. So um, that's what I feel is happening there, between your brother and your dad. Now you, on the other hand, which is funny, because like they've got the patience card that taking a long time. You also have the, hanged man, which is patience, things taking a long time to unfold, things to go forward. But there's a lot of bright light shining in here. There's a lot of victory and things going in here. And I feel like a lot of it has to do because you are finding your self love because you've been working on your child self, right? With the Leo energy is the inner child. And in this cocoon, in this transformation that you're going through, you have been really looking at things and clearing things. And I feel like that is um, because your ability to receive love and give love is increasing as your self love has been. Where your brother, I don't feel like has been working on that piece of himself very much. He started with that Knight of Swords, but I feel like you've been really focusing on it, right? And you've been releasing a lot of stuff that your ability to give love is you have more love flowing out of you towards your father, and you're also able to receive more love from your father. And so there is this that's coming in here. Um, yeah, because I see that, you have been working on your fears, during your hermit's journey, you've been looking at your supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, and releasing a lot of expectations around your father, and continue to do that because that's what brings you guys to this new adventure together. Something that's free instead of looking at who they're not, what they didn't do, what they're not doing. You have this gratitude for who they are because it's like the full card is the zero. It's like you take your expectations down to zero and nothing you are able to celebrate who they are instead of looking at who they're not. And I like that. So that definitely helps you on the journey there. I also feel that with the 6 of Pentacles, you've, done that, and I've if I haven't talked to you about it, I have a Take 10 with Zen, playlist. It's a video I put out every Tuesday. Episodes 4 and 5 talk about energies, and I think it's episode 5 that talks about the 6 of Pentacles, about releasing and forgiveness and, this old way of abundance where you feel you have to give 1,000 love coins to get one back. Probably goes back to dad. It could be mom too or grandparents, but there is this release that comes through that, and it talks about that in that video if you wanna check it out. Those are all free. The playlist is in the description box of the video, or if you go to my main page, it's in the playlist at the very top. Take 10 with Zen, and that's what that 6 of Pentacles does, is it helps clear away that, and it releases these force fields that stand between us and things of the outside world too. I just feel like there's this power here that you're getting back, and the Lover's card is about emotional choice, but also is about important relationships in our life, and I feel like things are moving very fast and bonding you more together with your father, and looking at those things, continuing to do that shadow work that you're doing, releasing those expectations, adjusting your giving and receiving scales, are huge for continuing here. So I feel like they're saying here overall that you've done a lot, um, towards this, and there have been improvements, but there's it feels like there's this clearing away that just as you continue to do this and you look into those things I just talked about, there is this great amount of bonding that comes in this because you're finding your love and you're filling up and it's overflowing out to them too. And you can't do anything between your brother and your dad. That's their relationship. You're like, you know what? I'm going to focus on my relationship with myself and then filling up with that love. And I'll focus on my relationship with my brother and with my dad. But their relationship, none ya business. You can be freed from responsibility of feeling like you have to do anything. It's like that's their job, not yours. That's outside your control, and your energy is better served on your self love and your individual relationships with them. So you have permission to release that responsibility. All right. And that's what they have for you, Patty. I'm very happy for this. It feels freeing for you. And they wanted to add in too, because as you heal this relationship or really transform this relationship with your father and even with your brother, um, and that work that you're doing, the force fields fall down, um, with your worthiness to receive through this, but it also brings an abundance and love for you as well, um, in addition to all of that. So it's a win win, win win, win win win. And I love what you've been doing. So high five, Patty. Whoopsh. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And Saad, info pack, I do see your question there. I know sometimes it doesn't show up on your end, but I do see it 4 times. So you don't need to put it anymore. I probably won't get to it in this session. For everyone, I'm only going to be on for about 30 more minutes. But I am going to screenshot everything because I'm going to head off to my Praying Mantis member session in about 30 minutes. And then after I finish that, I'm going to go eat so I don't pass out. And then I'll be back on a little later, and I'll definitely complete all the free readings. So um, if you, of course, you have to have been subscribed to be able to quote to comment here. Just make sure your notification settings are set to all, and you'll be notified when I go live. And I'll put all the, I'll get through everyone. So that is what we have there. So, did you make a donation, N. Williams? Because right now, I haven't done any free readings yet. Because I've been doing donation ones, which I prioritize. So, um, if you haven't made a donation, that's why I haven't got to you yet. All right. So, Sukanya, Shrey Kumar, hello, hey, hey. So, let me give you a little love there. And you want to know, what are the current thoughts of Sharuk towards you? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what's going on here. Oh, no, no problem at all. I have bypassed people in the past. So, I by no means am perfect. So, when people mention it, I'm like, oops. Because sometimes you never know. So no apologies necessary. Just letting you know why. So yeah, no worries, no worries. All right. So let's take a look here. Just refreshing the cards here. So Sukanya, let's take a look. There we go. That's a better shuffle. All right. I'm just gonna take a quick sip here too. All righty. So current thoughts of Sharuk. Of course, we're getting to people's minds. It's a dangerous place to be, first of all, right? But a lot of their thoughts, there's a great saying about, other people's opinions or thoughts of us or feelings for us too are really none of our business, because a lot of times they have nothing to do with us, because we see the world through our own eyes, not through reality, right? And so we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So they see you as they are. So keep that in mind as we're looking at this, that this has a lot to do with what's going on with them. Um, but sometimes we seep through here. so we'll take a look and see what's happening here. What are their current thoughts towards you here? Well, it doesn't look horrible, which is good, right? So let's take a look here. Because the first card that came out was the Six of Wands, which the Six of Wands they see you in this light. You could think of Three of Wands on each side as like this mutual attraction, physical attraction, energetic attraction. So there is this interest, this attraction between the two of you. But they see you here, this Queen of Cups she rolls over emotion and cups with the King of Cups, but all the queens are given a second portion of emotion. So they see you as a deeply emotional person, but I don't mean like over emotional, but they're like, wow, you really are in tune with your emotions. And you are very empathic, right? Because they recognize, like, you pick up on moods, you pick up on things like, how do you know that? They are recognizing and they see this with you as well. Um, and the Eight of Cups here, they also see you as someone who is leaving behind emotions and people that no longer serve you and that you're headed towards something of wish fulfillment. And there is this, yeah, which is comes up next here, and they see you here. And I feel like there's this underlying feeling of that you're looking for love, you're looking for happiness and this dream, right? And 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 I feel like there might be a little bit of fear with them that, well, if I can't be this dream person that you want, that I can't, like, you're gonna leave me behind and go. They don't want they have a fear they're gonna end up being one of these cups. And I feel like that's just normal for them again, and I don't feel like it's this may be like you're like, "That's not me," but it's like this is how they perceive most people, like, especially relationship-wise, because, they might have abandonment stuff from their past, that comes in here, and so they have this fear of, like, "I'm not gonna be good enough, and you're gonna leave me like everyone else." And so there might be this if you guys don't have this bond, or this relationship or stuff, it's because they feel like, "Ooh," because this is what they see you're looking for marriage and celebration and this overflowing love, and they're like, "What if I can't give you this? What if I disappoint you?" Then they're like, smack, and then you're out. And like I said, I don't feel like that's your personality at all, that you're like, "See ya." I don't feel like you give up on people very easily, but not unfortunately, because it all happens on purpose for us, but within them, they do have this, experience of people doing that to them all the way back, especially in their younger childhood. Maybe a parent left or abandoned them emotionally, even if they're still around them. Whatever it is that they were taught a lot about being left behind. When you're not good enough, then I'm just gonna, not pay attention to you, right? And it's interesting because when you look at, do you see all these are like green, the same color here? But this is like they see, I don't know if you can see it as distinct here. These are very green and these are very yellow. So over here on my side, I don't think the camera's picking it up as clearly. They're like they have this is reality and this is the dream, and they don't know if they can make this dream into reality. And that's where they have those fears, if that makes sense. Um, let's see. So we're still looking at the thoughts here. And so we've got this Hierophant here too. And the Hierophant is this invitation, really, to both of you. Your higher selves are having you look at what is your capital T truth. And a lot of what's going on inside their head is, what does their dream come true look like? This is one of the wishes come true cards, the Nine of Cups. And they're trying to figure out, what is it that they want? What is it that dreams come true? And there is this knowledge. I mean, you can see the their hand here. They have two fingers up and two fingers down, which represent the higher knowledge and the lower knowledge, what's known and what's not known. And there is this clarity that's coming in here for them. But they're in the midst of this type of energy going on. And with the Sun card here, which represents the inner child in this case, of them diving deep and trying to figure out, why they have this fear of being left behind. This is what's important. This is what is coming through, for them here. And they're looking into that a lot, right? And so this is going to be ignited for them to look at. And you might get that a lot. You might feel the insecurity, especially being as empathic as you are and picking up on their emotions, realize that um, what is your emotion and what is their emotion, right? But those are the thoughts that are going on right now. I hopefully that brings some clarity, but I do feel like they're in the midst of this transformation, this trying to figure out themselves, with those fears of abandonment that just are very present in their life. So that's what they have for you. So hang in there, enjoy that adventure. I know that's always fun, and yeah, that's what they have. So again, thank you so much for your donation, Sukanya. And I think that is it for my donations right now. So I'm going to scroll to the top here, and and I will take care of those here. Sorry, I just want to make sure where I was at here. So die baby 777, you are up first here, and you wanted to know what good things are headed towards your way. So let's take a look and see from Spirit. What do they want you to know about what good things are headed your way? All right. Well, you got some nice balance of heart and mind coming in here. The King of Cups rolls over emotion, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, which is the sword suit. And it feels like this King of Cups has dispatched this knight in pursuit because the knights all go on a quest for higher knowledge. And I like this. It just feels like there is this seeking, and through this balancing of heart and mind, you're really headed into this beautiful place here of connecting to higher knowledge, connecting to higher awareness in your life too. It just feels like a lot of ahas and this smoothness, this peacefulness in life. All this Libra energy, this eclipse energy that we have coming up with the Libra new moon next Saturday. And then 2 weeks after that, we've got the lunar eclipse in Taurus. I just feel like a very much balancing, grounding type of energy that allows you just to it's like the busyness and the anxiety or anxiousness. Well, I guess that's anxiety, but it's like instead of this anxious and this so much happening, it just feels like things go smooth. And because of it, you're able to see it's like fog really lifts here in your life. And I feel like this is over the next couple months that it really just opens up and you're getting a lot of clarity even into December, because I feel like you're getting a lot of clarity about what you want 2024 to mean for you. I know, can you believe it's almost end of the year? But I just that's what I feel is coming in here as the good thing for you. So that's what they want you to know right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Anjou Flower, you are up next. So Anjou, who is in love with you? Who's not? That would be the easier question. Boom. So let's take a look here. All right. So who is in love with you? All right. Well, it looks like here very much a fire sign with the King of Wands. So that can be an Aries or a Leo or a Sagittarius. I feel more Sagittarius. They're further along in the fire suit, right? Because Aries are the babies and the Leos are like the teenagers, and then the Sagittarians are more the adult. Because as you go through the zodiac, you start off as the baby and you end up going all the way around to the I don't say maturity, but the experience and levels, and this does feel like someone who is passionate but not like a teenager hormonal that can't control themselves, someone who's very much entrepreneurial, managerial, very much seen. The people can't help but be attracted to them. So a natural leader as well. And it does feel like here it's someone who has higher knowledge too. So I just feel the combination here does feel with someone who's very experienced in life and definitely can be very well off in a way because of their leadership and the maturity that they've had where they're at. So they have this positive childlike aspect of life, right? Of adventure and exploring. Also, maybe with that Sagittarius energy that I'm feeling, likes to travel, likes foreign things, likes to go experience and travel the world. And that's where they get this great outlook and looking at life too. So I like all this for you. It just feels refreshing, feels like energetic, and they like being on the move and doing things and not just sitting still a whole lot. And so I like this for you. I just feel like it's someone who um, will bring you a lot of adventure, um, and we can see where it leads. But I feel like I don't know if they will be in love with you. Uh, I feel like right now, do you know them? I feel like you might have just met them, and that there is this draw together. But I don't feel like you. Yeah, I don't feel like like you're like this yet, but I feel like you know them, but just recently have known them is what's coming through. So hopefully that helps for you, Anjou. Flowers, so many blessings to you. All right, and I do have a donation that came in. I'm scrolling. So thank you so much, Courtney, for your donation. Good to see you. And I'm gonna give your little donation a little love there. So did M expect you to be angry when you find out about her getting married? Ooh. All right, let's take a look here. So was it a surprise that you got angry? Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, it does seem to be here. Let's see here. Yeah, because the first card coming out is the moon card, which is the hidden and the unknown. So this would tell me and confirm to me that it was like um unexpected. It was like, whoa. And the three of wands also said is this message of change of direction, which the combination of those two together, the moon and the three of wands, tells me it's like, well, that didn't go as expected. Oh. Yeah, yeah. So um it does feel here, that it's hidden and unknown. And so they didn't expect you to be angry. And the three of wands is, I do feel like they expected to go a different way. And even though you didn't show it, people feel it. Even though we don't show it, we don't think we're showing it. It's like we are pack animals, right? We've got we can sense things, right? It's like dogs know, when we're upset, even if we're not showing it, they come over, or cats, animals, they're drawn, and they can sense it, right? And we're like, why are you hanging around me? And they're like, you can fool everyone else, but you can't fool me. I'm gonna give you some love. And I feel like that they could sense it because that three of wands says it didn't go like they thought it would. It's like if they um I don't know if they had these expectations. Oh, yeah, I feel like they thought it was gonna go a different way when they told you, and you didn't react the way that they thought you would, is what I'm getting with those 2 cards. And Let's see. I'm not sure about making jealous because we've got the world card, which is an ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new one. And, um, I feel like this is what they feel like they're going through here. And I like this for you here because I feel like with this experience, it's really helping you see what of your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own mindsets are allowing you, whatever made you feel blinded and bound and trapped before. This is just helping you move and have this flow and move and understand it and move past it, and that you can have this ending of old cycles and beginning of a new adventure, free from all this feeling trapped and restricted and bound. So I feel like this is happening. Everything does happen for us, but I feel like this is why they're saying that this is an important time for your life, because the world card is a major arcana, which is a significant changing of things in your life, right? And yeah, and that makes sense here too with the 10 of cups and the heartbreak and the disappointment. It's this all helps you, you know, this helps you move past this to where you can feel this with someone else. Filling up on the inside and flowing out here. So I like this for you, that, this is a good release. And um I don't feel intentions of trying to make you jealous as much as just trying to share their joy, and in a weird way. And I don't know if this resonates. It's like they were also telling you to release you, so because they want you to have this, because this is what they feel they have now. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm just kidding. But I feel like they want you to have this for yourself, and I feel like they, in a way, were telling you to try to release you from this. I feel like they have guilt, if this makes sense, around this, and they're trying to help you be set free. And, it's like when someone has good intentions, but it's like, you know, nice try, but I feel, that's what I feel with these cards coming in here and this energy coming in here. I feel like they had good intentions, mostly good intentions. There's a little bit, I don't wanna say there's narcissism, within them, but there's a little bit of self, like in us all, we all have a little bit of self, importance, if that's a good word. Yeah, yeah, a little bit of self-importance, but I feel like they needed to let you know, maybe for their protection, you know? But, well, that makes sense about, yeah, that makes sense about why they said, "We'll see how long their marriage lasts," because it seems like they do go outside of themselves. And you got the Ace of Pentacles too, which is about you discovering a new way of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world, and also new opportunities that are coming your way here. And it, excuse me, it is an important part of discovering how you're defining yourself instead of by other people's actions or non-actions, words or non-words, that you're turning inward and upward for this discovery. And that's I can feel like this Eight of Swords is a huge piece of it for you, because it's, um, this release that's happening from these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would have limited you and made you feel restricted before. Nice. Thank God for unanswered prayers. Dodged a bullet on that one, Courtney. But hang in there, my dear. I feel like there is this, freedom that comes through this for you. And it does. It allows you to go towards that 10 of cups where you can truly feel that. But it all starts with our inner love as well. All right. So that's what they have for you right now, Courtney. Hang in there. And Yeah, I feel like it's unknown. They're kind of oblivious a little bit, right? Like, don't you know how you impact people? What? Ugh, you know, that's why I felt like there's a little tidbit of narcissism, because it's like, it's all about me. No, why would any be upset about what's happening good in my life? Uh, hello? So, hang in there, my dear. Yeah. All right. And then I'm going to be headed out here in about 5 minutes. So my last reading will be for Nova Supernova. I didn't get but to, I think, two free readings. So Die Baby 777 on Jew. So Rishi, you'll be my first reading when I return this afternoon. And I will get through everyone when I return. So thank you guys for your patience. All of the donations are what keep me alive and able to do this and continuing to offer all the stuff that I do for free. So thank you so much for the donations, and thank you all for your patience and me getting to the free readings. All the thumbs up is something that you can do for free that does help spread the Zen love. So thank all of you that have given this video a thumbs up. And like I said, I will definitely return this afternoon. I'm just going to go to my praying mantis session here in a few moments, and then I will be back after I eat to complete out the free readings. So thank you guys. All right, Supernova, thank you for your additional donation. Oh, let me give a little love to it. I like the little hearts. Okay, so what chakras within you are aligned and in balance, and which ones are out of balance? So I got actually chakra reading cards right here. So let's see here. So we'll pull you two cards. The first one is what is imbalance, and then which one do they want you to know is out of balance. I'm not going to do all of them because they're going to give you the most important ones. All right. I love it. Wow. Well, it's interesting that you have your heart chakra that's in balance, but your heart chakra is also out of balance, which is a coincidence. And it's 19 and 20. That's interesting. So there's things within the chakra that are balanced and things within the chakras that are out of balance. Because I don't feel there. I guess this message. I'm not guessing. The message that's coming through here is that nothing's ever perfectly balanced when we're in this realm. We're always fluctuating. Things are always, it's like trying to herd cats. You can never have all the cats perfectly in place. There's always something that's a little off balance. And so we're going to talk about here. I love that the thing that's in balance with your heart chakra is the forgiveness. And the affirmation for this is, my heart is full of unconditional love and I forgive freely. And so it says, you attracted this card into your life today because they want you to know about the power that you have. And it is a powerful time of forgiveness. And when we have held on to grudges and wounds from the past, we created imbalance and disharmony in our life. But over time, you've have turned resentment, anger, frustration, sickness, and depression um, from like rotting fruit, creating disease inside, into something more beautiful. You may be feeling, or you may have felt flat and down about something that happened in your life, and you brought the healing energy of forgiveness to the situation. True forgiveness always starts with you. So you can always take some time over the next few days to ask yourself, what was I holding on to? What required love, attention, and forgiveness? And when you identify those issues, really look at how you surrendered those and expanded your awareness to a place that allowed you to forgive. When we can truly forgive and let go, we set ourselves free from those stale energies and beliefs, and deep healing occurs. You will feel so much lighter and happier in your world. And if you have asked a question about a situation or a person, know that this is a sign for you that forgiveness is required to move forward. So if you've already been working on forgiving, know that this card is a sign that you are making progress and that you should continue doing what you're doing. To find that deep place of forgiveness requires much love, understanding, compassion, and a whole lot of courage. You have all these traits within you to draw upon at any time. The time has come for you to let go and forgive at an even more deeper level so you can dance in the energy of freedom. Wow. So I like that piece of it that you've been working on this forgiveness, and this is where this balancing of that chakra has come into play because there's different areas that it applies to. So I love that. And then you had 19 and then 20, which is amazing that they came out after one another. And I love dolphins. And this is the affirmation of I play joyfully in the magic of the universe and I'm free to be me. So this is where the balancing in your heart chakra can happen, right? So this card's come to you today as a reminder to bring more play into your world. Life may have been getting you down of late, and the worry of your day-to-day commitments may be causing you a mountain of stress. One of the most powerful ways to release the tension and worries of the world is to is to take some time to play and feel joy. Life can become so intense and serious, and we forget to play, which is the fundamental expression of joy of the soul. It is now time to connect with this joyful aspect of you and embrace the essence of play. When was the last time you played? Not just music, but playing. You may like to take your dog to the park, go to the beach, play a game or a sport with friends. Whatever it is that allows you to give the gift of play to yourself. It is very important for your growth at this time to allow the energy of play to cleanse mind, body, and spirit. It is a natural state to play and have fun. Playfulness is a powerful medicine for the soul and brings about a deep release, healing stale energies and worries, which that one talked about stale energies and worries too. So, play brings about a deep connection to the joy of the cosmos. Bring more play into your life today so you can feel the joy of the cosmos flowing through your soul and into the world. I love that. What a message here of there is this energy of not everything can be balanced and complete and all of that. It's like um there's always going to be adventure and thinking. It's like at work when I was a manager, I need to catch up on my emails and I want it to be zeroed out. And my boss told me, the amount of emails that come out in our company, you'll never be ever caught up on your emails. Just get used to that idea. And I feel like that's what's coming in here now. Two is just get used to it that not everything's going to be perfect the way that our mind thinks it's supposed to be. It's like, just go with the flow. I like this play. You're here to play and playing guitar. And I know that brings you joy, but there's more than that. It's like, go play and enjoy. Allow yourself to experience the childlikeness of playing, right? Even if it's going to you know, a park and riding the swings or sliding down the slide or whatever it may be. So that is what they have for you. I like that, Supernova. Thank you for your additional donation. And I'm just going to take some screenshots here before I head off for my Praying Mantis member session. If you want to join us over there, it's just $7.99 a month. And you get access to all the free sessions after, I guess I can make this longer here. After each of the free readings, and also on Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. We also have a special Q&A that from the Praying Mantis members, where we ask questions of spirit, and we dive into questions about myself and past life readings, different things like that. And then you also have advanced access to all of the free readings that I put out, my Moon Day Mondays, my Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays. Sorry, I'm just copying and pasting here. And let's see, I think I did all those. Yeah. So all that information's down in the description box of the video below. And if you haven't got into the drawing for the end of October, here is the video that talks about that. It will talk to, I mean, it gives the winners from September, and it talks about the 3 ways that you can get into 3 different drawings to win something at the end of the month. And then also, like I mentioned, we do have Moon Day Mondays. So happy Leo energy. Um, I didn't get to yours, Rishi. You'll be the first one up. I only got to 2 of those, so I'll be back for that. Sudeshni, I'm sorry, I will make, actually, you will be first. I will come back and do yours because I'm headed off here. I'm already late getting to my other ones that are coming in there. And so did I post that here? Let's see here. So here is the Moon Day Mondays. My Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays is also out here. And also had the meditation pick a card this week. So while you guys are waiting, if you want some more messages from Spirit, you can check all those out. Those are all free. And then, of course, I have 50% off my pre-recorded personal readings, my Hedges of Peace and Love, and my Astro readings, my Wish Upon a Star. The pre-recorded personal readings are where you send me an email asking for what questions you want from Spirit. I record it, upload it, and send you a private link. And like a 15-minute reading is like $5 US. A 30-minute reading is like 10. All that information's in the description box of the video as well. So let me grab Sudeshni here because that came in after I screenshotted. Yep. So I will be back. I will actually, after I finish up with my Praying Mantis members, I'm going to eat, and then I'll be back after that. So it'll be later this afternoon. I'll post a link in the description box of the video. I mean, in the comments once I'm done with a link to that new video. But if you have your notification settings set to all, you'll also get notified of that. So thank you so much, everyone, for all your love and support. I'm blown away by your hunger and thirst for Spirit, and I'm so glad that we have all this beautiful love energy together. And know that you are loved, you are lovable, and you are made of unconditional love. And the creator of all things, our mother and father, loves you unconditionally, as do I. And so until I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. We'll see you soon. Until then, much love. Hang in there. You take care. And I'm out. See you soon.